film. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, good. You have to bring out your own name. Oh my God! Welcome. How are you guys doing?
So good, so good.
John, can you talk a little bit about you got to walk the floor a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, how is it being on both sides? Like, sort of pre-Star Wars now. Star Wars, does it feel any different being a fan?
I mean, let's just say this, it's really complicated buying a Black Series Star Wars figure out here. I can't get through the crowd, honestly. Thank you, JJ. But it's been awesome. I mean, we walked the floor, and we got to meet you guys, we got to meet some fans by the Lucasfilm booth. And it was amazing fun. Oh, you were there? Hey, man.
But they didn't know that. They didn't know that was you, right? They didn't know that was you.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this is me walking through the Star Wars Celebration hall. Obviously, I was in disguise. I couldn't afford the rest of the costume, but it still worked. And that guy totally didn't know that was me, by the way. He was just like, dude, why you had my saber? But we had a great time. Oh, that was you? Oh, that was you in the picture. Hey, man. That was literally you.
We thought you didn't know.
Yeah, I thought you didn't know. Oh, you shook my hand. Well, yeah, guys, yeah, man. Thank you so much, man. I love you guys, honestly. That was a great experience. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah. What are the odds are pretty good that guy would be here. What am I
know,
saying?
right?
What are the odds a Star Wars fan will be at the Star Wars panel? Oh, life's crazy.
What? Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Very complicated.
Yeah.
It is. I know that guy just wants to have a conversation now. What are you doing later?
Hey, we'll talk later.
Are you gonna taco? What do you want to do? Daisy, I want to talk about your. Daisy, yes, please. Let's talk about the physical demands that you've had. This as compared to other stuff you've done. What was the training element like for you, and did it change you?
Firstly, we can't really compare it to other stuff we've done, because I've not really done other stuff. It was like, I think going into acting, you always hope that physically you can change yourself as well as emotionally embody a character. So to be able to have like solid months of training, though difficult, was amazing. Like our incredible stunt team. Oh my God, I've never seen those pictures. Like the most incredible stunt team. Me and John got to work together a lot. And then, as you see in the teaser, we were running through 125-degree heat, and those explosions were real. I mean, John then had a harder.
I'd just like to thank J.J. Abrams for filming in Abu Dhabi in the desert and making me wear a stormtrooper outfit. Thank you, J.J. You're honestly understanding.
It's great for all the fans. It's great for all the fans, because they're like, oh, he's really going there. He's really shooting it. And the actor's like, can we just do like a green screen thing?
But yeah, it was amazing, and I think the look of it hopefully pays off. And hopefully my dress reveals my guns, because I work hard for these.
Oscar Isaac, who's playing Poe Dameron. So you said Poe was I believe the quote was best friggin' pilot in the galaxy.
Yes.
Were you given advice on your piloting? Did anything help you become a better pilot?
Well, yeah, as an excited, eager actor, I wanted to talk to Harrison about piloting and about how should I do it. Is there any special things that I should do, and just how do you work with the controls? And he said, it's fake, and also it's in space, so it doesn't really, the same stuff doesn't apply. And I said, got it. I can do that. But I think really it was taking on the character of Poe. He takes on that legacy, not only of Han but of Luke, of being these heroic pilots. Because if you think about it, these characters they lived those stories that we all grew up with. They grew up at the same time as those stories. I mean, Poe was probably he was there watching on Yavin, when the medal ceremony was happening, thinking, I want to be that. I want to be a hero. And I want to take up that mantle, and I think that's what he does. He even sometimes recklessly so. But yeah, so really connecting it to that old world, it was special.
Great. Well, I want to give some of the fans opportunity to ask you guys some questions. So let's go into the audience and ask a couple questions. Here they come, bounding up to the. Hello.
Hello there.
What is your name?
My name is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
I'm Corinne.
Hello, what's your question?
This question is for JJ. What we really like about your Star Trek films is the diversity of the cast.
We would like to know, do you plan on having any Asian characters join the cast in any upcoming Star Wars films?
First of all, I want to say, go Asians. I think the whole room feels that way. Here's the thing, I'm not casting the movies that are coming up, but if I were to, I would cast them as only Asian. But I think you'll be happy to see when you see this film, there are Asians in this film. So I was involved in the casting of this movie, and but you know, honestly, the truth is we didn't write the character of Finn to be, you know, any color. We didn't write the character of Rey to be any color. We just cast this movie knowing that it was important that we wanted the movie to look the way the world looks, and I think it's important that people see themselves represented in film. I think it's not a small thing. So I completely understand and think your question is hugely important, and it was a big consideration. But I'm really proud of the cast we ended up with. Literally, these actors are extraordinary, and when you're working as long and as hard as we all have on this movie, and you're in editing, and you see the choices you have in terms of performances and take to take, I could not be more grateful to all you guys for the work that you did. So thanks for your question.
And I will add to that, peek around the corner here to add to that there is every intention to carry on exactly what JJ's talking about in all the Star Wars movies that we're going to make.
Excellent. Good tag team question? Yes, sir.
Hi, Chris. My name is Monty Goulet. My question is for JJ. JJ, when you did the previous unreleased IPs such as Lost and Fringe, you did a lot of transmedia, and now you're doing transmedia for Star Wars, one of the biggest IPs ever with a big, expansive universe. Is there anything you would do to take away from Star Wars when you build a new IP again in the future?
Don't answer that.
What Kathy doesn't want me to say, no, this is what I think, and I'm interested that you use the term IP so frequently. But I will say this, I don't think of Star Wars as I don't even know how to answer that question. I appreciate it, but the answer I can give you is, this is a story, and these are characters that we love, and so none of us, I think, are thinking about it from the outside in like that. And it's weird because you come to something like this and you want to make everyone happy and you want to show something that makes everyone excited, but the truth is we're just working really hard to make a movie and tell a story, and when things come up that we know we need to do to sell it and market it, we want that to be as authentic as the piece itself. So I'm not quite sure what the strategy would be, but I know that if we thought of it as an IP, I think it would end up being a very different film.
Mr. Goulet suffers from lawyer syndrome, you know, when we talk about an IP.
Monty hates me. I'm so sorry. Okay, thanks.
Oh, you got a thumbs up. You got a thumbs up in the heart from Monty. Emoji heart. Yes, what is your name, sir?
Oh, hi. My name is Scott, and my question is for all of you guys, depending on if you can answer this. Thanks.
Can I live with you?
What? Anyways, what's it like to work with the original cast, the legends, say like Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher?
Yeah, let's throw that to the cast. What was it like for you guys? Let's start with Oscar.
Harrison thought I was wearing a wig. That was fun. That was cool.
Yeah. What about you, dude?
It was going from an outside fan, going into filming Star Wars. I think working with the legends that have already made this kind of universe and are coming back to it was everything we could have hoped for and more. They're funny and warm and welcoming and made us feel as part of the universe as they already are. So it was great.
Excellent, John.
I have to say my greatest memory was taking Harrison Ford to a Nigerian restaurant in southeast London and walking in and seeing all these Nigerians absolutely frozen at the sight of Harrison Ford. And this guy comes up to him and says, "Are you Harrison Ford?" Harrison Ford goes, "I used to be."
One more question for now. Yes, what is your name?
Yeah, my name's Mario, and this is for the whole panel, including Chris.
What?
All right, if you guys were Jedis in real life, what color would each of your lightsabers be?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm gonna go to blue right away.
Listen, I'm gonna say red.
Oh.
I have to say it, red.
I would like to have the first black.
Excellent.
I'd say gold.
Then I'm gonna say silver.
I'll go rainbow colored.
Yeah, that's the best answer. That was the best. That's better. Thank you. Hey, nice to see you. All right, so we've seen the light side, but what you guys haven't seen yet is a little taste of the dark side. Driver! As General Hux, Donald Gleason! And as Captain Phasma, Gwendolyn Christie! All right, so let's start with Adam. The images that we've seen, we've seen some intense images, we've seen exciting images. Can you tell us a little bit about your character's connection to the dark side?
Well, Captain Phasma is a first order. I'm just speaking.
Let her go. Yeah.
This is so out of control.
This is
so cute.
Can I just say something though? You know you're on Game of Thrones, right? Adam, what can you tell us about your connection to the dark side? Can you tell us anything?
No.
Okay. Now, Donald, there is a sort of an unspoken tradition in the original Star Wars of bad guys being these sort of, let's call them humorless British types and kind of nasty fashion.
Are you moving on to me and you're letting him get away with
Well,
it?
I can't. He's not. There's nothing he can say. Yeah, that was it. That was
Come
it.
on,
That
you gotta
was,
say something. Adam, say something.
What do you want me to say?
Who are you?
That's a good question.
Yeah. See, he doesn't even. Can you tell us anything about? Oh.
Wow! Look at that.
I mean, what can I say? We didn't really have a lot of conversations about bad or evil, actually, when we were shooting it. It was more, what do you think is the difference between being bad and being right? I think which is a huge difference. Someone who thinks they're bad is almost kind of like a selfish thing, and it's mostly about them and hurting somebody else, to get what they want. But thinking they're right is something different. That's almost more evil. A group of people who have decided that that they're morally justified in behaving a certain way, and I think that's what we kind of approached it, and less like a bad person.
Sure, because no character would really go, I am evil. Like, they just want what they want, and that doesn't always jive with what everyone else wants.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
That line is in the film, though. I am evil.
It's a huge spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, Donald, what can you tell us about your character?
I am evil.
Okay. Are you though, really? Is your character flat out evil?
He's British, so yeah.
Using a large weaponized machine to attain something?
Yeah, just like the British. Yeah. Yeah.
So, Gwendolyn, you are covered in head to toe in armor, which I feel like is very familiar for you. How do you, does that get in the way when you're trying to portray a character and you have this kind of cumbersome stuff that you have to work around? Or do you work it into the character?
I found it exciting because I found it not only exciting that there was a female stormtrooper, but it was the opportunity to explore a female character that is totally not about the way she looks in flesh. And that armor is exterior and it's more like the outside feeding in. And I just found it very exciting that underneath that armor is a woman. And I think it makes it really more relevant than ever.
Excellent. I'm sure you have a couple of questions for the dark side, so let's turn on the light and let a couple people ask some questions. Lights. Oh, I imagine. Yes, you sir.
Hello, it's good to meet the bad guys. I wanted to know, because I was at Star Celebration, and I got to hear John and Daisy and Oscar's story about their reaction when they were cast in Star Wars, so I'd like to hear the three new people. What was your reaction when you found out you were going to be in Star Wars?
Don't.
That's what you said? Really? No, it was, I met with JJ and Mr. Lawrence Kasdan, and they told me the story and who the guy was, and that he was in charge of people on a Starkiller base sort of thing. Uh-oh, hang on. Is that all right? Yeah, that's fine.
That's okay.
Do you want to talk about that for a second?
No.
What a jerk. Yeah, the name of the base of the First Order is in honor of the original last name of Luke Skywalker, is Starkiller Base, spoiled by Donald Gleason.
Fire him now, so it's all fine. Very good. Yeah. What about you? What about you, Gwendolyn?
I just didn't think it could possibly really happen. I thought that when I heard it was sort of happening and going for fittings and things, I still thought there's every chance that they can just replace me with someone else. And every day was the most surreal, bizarre experience of, well, you know, like it is for all of you. It's in such a part of the fabric of your being, and then you're suddenly involved in it.
No, I don't know what it's like to be in Star Wars.
Actually, I was just in the car coming here and kind of realized then and thought, oh, I should have thought of some things to say.
Yeah. Hello, what is your name, sir?
Hi, my name is Jonathan.
And what is your question, Jonathan?
Is there going to be any mention of Darth Plagueis in Episode 7, maybe surrounding a certain staff that someone finds?
Is that...
Larry? You want to answer that?
I don't think I heard correct. Is it Darth Vegas? Like Las Vegas? Darth Vader?
No, Larry's messing with you. I don't think we don't want to be talking about story too much too soon, but I will say no.
Great. Let's take. You're welcome. Let's take one more question. Hey.
How's it going again?
Pretty sweet. How are you?
Good. Gwendolyn, I just want to say you're a goddess. I think I already knew that. Short and sweet cast. Just want to know, are you part of the light side or the dark side of the Force?
You mean in real life? You want to know?
I just want to know which is their preference. If they had to choose.
Oh.
Okay. Let's start with John. One word answer.
Oh, I wouldn't be involved in any of that. I'd be Han Solo trying to make some money.
Yeah. Another chaotic good.
And I'd be his sidekick.
Oscar.
Say light side.
Light side of the Force.
Adam.
Dark.
Yeah, me too.
I like to go dark.
Excellent. We're just going to suspend questions for a second because at this point, I don't know, I thought it might be kind of fun to bring out Carrie Fisher! Carrie Fisher.
Oh, hi. Hi,
So-
my darling. How are you? Okay.
So, can you give us a little? I'm sure you've been answering this question a lot, but we're all here, and
Did I know it was going to be that big of a hit?
Well, yes, I was thinking that, but I was afraid to ask it. But so my other question is, what was the feeling like for you when you walked on the set and you saw this all come to life again? I mean, I know you've lived with it for a long time, but to see it so tangibly and to be a part of it again, what was that feeling like?
It was like a flashback, kind of. You know, I thought they were right about the acid flashbacks. I didn't think that it was going to happen again. I had to check and see if, you know, it was just me. Is my voice coming out of my mouth. No, it was, I always said it was a little bit like before, only we looked more melted this time. But in a good way. That kind of force melted.
Mm-hmm. And did it feel like you just picked up where you left off before, or did it feel like a new experience?
Well, it's sort of like we picked up where we left off, but we left off a while ago. So it was a long leave off, and then we're back. Now, there were certain times when the three of us were standing together, and it was hard to sort of be there and then observe an observer. So, but we're the legacy players. We're known as the legacy people. So I always think it was kind of like a tap dancing troupe or something like that. But it was great. And it was great having the new people, because they do it faster.
Well, you know, speaking of legacy people, maybe I should bring out Mark Hamill!
Yes, yes.
We have a picture of you from 1976, which I'm sure people have seen. Can we throw that up there? There's you from 1976. I have that. That's an original Ralph McQuarrie design. I have one of those. So this was before Star Wars came out, and you were at a fan convention because that was actually a part of your life before. What are you telling people about Star Wars before it's come out? You're like, I'm in a space movie. I hope you see it. Like, what do you say at that point?
Well, we only had photographs. There was no footage. And I went with Charlie Lippincott, and I think it was in Kansas. We had R2-D2 as a prop. We had C-3PO, although Anthony Daniels wasn't inside the costume. But as you can imagine, with only 25 photographs of various scenes in the movie, it wasn't really easy to describe what it was. But my enthusiasm for it was just off the charts, and I've been a fan. I think my first convention I ever went to was at the Ambassador Hotel in 1972. So I was, I've been a fan since I caught the black and white King Kong on television when I was 5 or 6 years old, and I think the fans understand that. I mean, I'm one of them. And they're obviously, over my career, they've been a really important part of my life. And, because without you guys, we're nothing.
Is there anything, I mean, this is a very momentous occasion having you guys together on stage like this. I mean, is there anything, a message that you have to the fans who've been on this journey since 1976? Is there anything to take away from it?
Wow. Like I say, keep coming back, yes, but no, it's hard to describe, because when I meet you on the street, everyone has a story. I met my wife at the premiere of Jedi, or my son is named Luke, or whatever it is. It's such a personal connection, and it's very moving to me. It's sometimes hard to absorb the impact you could have had. It's almost an out-of-body experience. You know, because I see it put together. It's not me. It's Luke. But I've never taken it for granted. And like I say, I'm moved by the connection to the world. I mean, now suddenly you become you're a friend to everyone. I mean, my wife and I went to Tahiti on our honeymoon, thinking there's nobody gonna know about this movie way out in this paradise. And we were on the back porch of the little hut on the water, and I saw a motorboat coming towards the back of, coming towards us. And as it got closer and closer and closer, I thought I was losing my mind, because at the helm was a guy in a Darth Vader mask. In Tahiti. Turns out somebody bought it in Hawaii and came to Tahiti. They were filming a movie. Dino De Laurentiis was making Hurricane, and the accountant on the film had done Star Wars. He said, "You know what would really surprise Mark? Drive up to his hut in your Darth Vader mask."
No, but it's true. When you hear people that they come and they say, you know, I waited to show my daughter. I wanted to make sure I showed my kids. There was something that you can do as a family. You want to make sure you show them at the right time, and then you watch them like, if we don't like the same character, I'm not going to like my kid.
Yeah, it's a generational thing now. So, you know, my son, who was born when we were doing Empire Strikes Back now, is he's the real Star Wars expert in my family. I hate to tell you guys, I took a Star Wars trivia contest or quiz and flunked. You know, I said, I can't remember what Han Solo was smuggling. Was it jewels or? No, it was spices. You know, you guys now, I think ownership, I've ceded ownership to the world at large. Years ago.
You crazy siblings. JJ, is Harrison okay? Has he been okay?
Well, why don't we see for ourselves?
I really have to do this. I apologize. I made them all take a picture backstage, and I took a selfie, and I completely blocked Harrison Ford in the picture, like an ass. So everyone could just lean in a little bit. Thank you. Got him. All right. First of all, thank you for coming out, Harrison Ford. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. How are you? I'm okay.
Good.
I'm at a Star Wars panel.
Great. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Great.
They're asking about your foot.
My foot. My foot just walked here.
Yeah, he seems fine. Not just walked, he bounded up the stairs.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm really appreciative. Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Of course.
Thank you for asking.
Absolutely.
Wow.
What, from your point of view, walking back onto the set, working with JJ, seeing Millennium Falcon, like what did all that feel like?
Well, it should have felt ridiculous. It was 30 years ago, and I sort of grew up, and yet here I was doing something I did so long ago, and I will tell you that it felt great. It felt... I wasn't so sure it would, but the company was the right company. The director was the right director. Larry wrote us a wonderful story, and I was proud and grateful to once again be involved. You know, the original Star Wars that I was part of really was the beginning of my working life, and I was very, very grateful for the opportunity that I had in that film and for the success of that film. And so it was great to be back. Thank you.
Of course. I mean, I don't think there was one person that I knew when we saw that other footage that you released not that long ago, and you do the "we're home." Like every dude that I knew, I called like, "Did you cry? Yeah, I cried. Did you cry too? You cried? I cried. I went 3 times. I cried 3 times." So, you know, we all are a part of this as well, and it's so meaningful that 3 of you agreed to be in this and really kind of bring us home, all together bring us home. So, I want to, now that everyone is out on the panel, I would love to throw it to the audience to ask a couple of questions, as I'm sure you're eager to do. So let's start with you, sir. Hi, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Bradley. How are you?
Hey, Bradley, make sure and lean into the microphone.
Yeah, will do.
Okay.
So this is a question for the returning cast, but if any of the other cast or crew want to answer as well, feel free to do so. What stands out to you as the biggest difference in terms of theme in this new movie compared to the original trilogy?
Not sure.
I don't know that it's a difference in theme. It's a development of theme, and it's a natural progression that has occurred from the stories that we told in the first 3, and perhaps an emotional rounding of the experience that we all had in the first 3 films.
I was just glad I didn't have to go to Toshi Station and pick up any power converters.
Information vital to the survival of the rebellion of the memory system of the ZOR2 unit. I don't want to do that again. But I didn't have to. We sort of, we were more grown up this time, I think.
It was, I didn't have to say it'll take a few minutes for the Navicomputer to calculate the coordinates.
Whoa!
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you for your question. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Daniel. I had a different question, but seeing the cast here, I have to ask. Thank you for coming.
That's a good question. What I have to...
Thinking back, did you ever think that what were your expectations of what your characters were going to end up in before the movie? Like, where did you think Han Solo would end up? Where did you think Luke would have ended up? And so forth.
So,
and,
that's all I have to you is so...
You're just killing his Islander and the rest.
I thought it was going to be more girly this time, and we would do like a shopping planet and facials, very weird laser hair removal, but it turned out differently.
Shopping planet.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when you find out that the only woman that you really fell head over heels with is your sister.
Yeah. Tough.
You know, it's telling you something. So I had a feeling I'd probably wind up like Sir Alec in the first one, living in some igloo out in the desert, with just in therapy, but with just no human contact, just droids.
You don't think you did? His first question on a date. You're not my sister, are you? No. Okay, good.
Exactly. I want a blood test. No, seriously, because that's, I mean, we all laugh about it, but can you, when you follow it through, that must have been quite the traumatic experience for my character. You know what I'm saying? Because we were both after her
How many times can I say I'm sorry?
I'll get over it someday. My sister, my mother.
Harrison, do you have a thought about where Han might have ended up?
No, it never occurred to think about it because I never expected that it would come back to bless me rather than haunt me. I never thought that we would do another, and it was only, you know, I was very gratified when I read the script because I read something that I thought was really remarkable, really well written, and with some very intriguing developments. And so I was delighted to be involved, and I was very happy to be part of the story and the cast again.
Excellent. Well, I want a huge hand for Star Wars: The Force Awakens. And I feel like this wouldn't be the Star Wars panel that you would be expecting if we just ended right there. Exactly!
Yeah!
Amen to you, sister. So, JJ, what else do you have in store?
Well, here's a question. You know, obviously, besides these amazing performers on this panel, and again, thank you all for being here, there's another significant star of this series, and it's the music. Who likes the music to the Star Wars movie? Like, wouldn't it be cool if we did something insane right now? Yeah! Who wants to go see a live Star Wars concert right now? We only have room for all of you. So here's the thing. We're going to do something that is truly crazy, and the city of San Diego somehow said okay to this. We are literally all going to walk to a location together, and we are going to experience a Star Wars concert together. In order for this to work, this has to be done very carefully, and I put all the responsibility on Chris Hardwick's shoulders.
Oh, hey, oh, sure, thank you. I know, cut to tomorrow, like, why am I the one getting sued? Okay, so here's the very important thing. Here's what you must understand. There is room for everyone. No murdering allowed. There's no need to push. But in a very orderly fashion, outside you're going to get one of these, and this is going to... I first want to quickly introduce and give a tremendous amount of respect to a man by the name of Kevin Doyle. I don't know if you saw Kevin's story, but in memory of his wife, Kevin walked 645 miles from Rancho Obi-Wan. He's now going to finish his walk here with us. So, Kevin is here, and then here he is right here. Here's Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Please. Kevin, I promise. Kevin, I know you thought you were done. We're just going to make you walk a little bit more. They're going to follow you. So here's what, in order for this to work, everyone has to, I know you're taking pictures and you're not listening to me, and I feel like you're my children right now, and I need you to focus. Put down your damn computers and let's, okay, pictures, pictures, pictures.
Wait for the drop.
Good evening. I'm John Williams. I'm speaking to you from Los Angeles, where I'm hard at work on the new Star Wars score. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you this evening, but we've put together a few of my favorite musical moments to share with you, which I hope you'll enjoy. They'll be played tonight by one of my absolutely favorite orchestras, the San Diego Symphony, which will be conducted tonight by the very, very talented Samir Patel. And you fans have always been what's very special about Star Wars. And in December, we'll all be joining together on a great, grand new adventure. Until then, have a great time tonight, and always, may the Force be with you.